Luis Miguel Gallego Basteri, known professionally as Luis Miguel, is a Mexican singer. An icon in Latin America, he is often referred to as El Sol de México copyright Zico. Miguel is one of the most successful artists in Latin American history, having successfully performed in a wide range of musical styles, including pop, ballads, boleros and mariachi. To date, Miguel has sold over 100 million records worldwide. Latin pop music, along with his hermetic personal life and showmanship on stage, has made Miguel an icon for nearly his entire career, which started in Mexico in 1981. Having won his first Grammy Award at the age of 14 for his duet Gustas Tal Como Eres with Sheena Easton, he is the third youngest act in music history to receive this accolade. In 1991, the RIAA recognized the high sales for his 1991 album Romance, itself being the best-selling music album in Mexico, and one of the best-selling Spanish-language albums of all time. Miguel is the only Latin artist to have been awarded 2 platinum-certified Spanish-language albums in the United States. His most recent album, Luis Miguel, was released in 2010 and achieved gold and platinum certifications in 4 countries within 3 days of its release. Miguel is also known for his high-grossing live performances. He is an annual headliner in the Coliseum at Caesars Palace in Las Vegas, and he has sold out the National Auditorium in Mexico City over 230 times in over 20 years. With the Luis Miguel Tour, his most recent concert tour, he visited 22 countries in North America, South America and Europe. Having performed in a 3.5-year span a total of 223 shows all over the world, this tour is the longest and highest-grossing tour ever made by a Latin American artist. Career First recordings and commercial breakout. During his child years, his father Luisito Rey, who was also his manager, encouraged him to watch and analyze nearly every movie, recording, and concert performance of Elvis Presley. In 1981, at the age of 11, Luis Miguel released his first album, Un Sol, by the Mexican branch of EMI Records. 2 years later, he started touring Latin American countries including Colombia, Venezuela, Chile, his native Puerto Rico and Argentina. He scored a major hit with his single, 1 + 1 = Dos Enamorados. In 1985, at age of 15, he took part at the San Remo Music Festival, where he won the 2nd place award with his song No Regazi Diogi. That same year, he was also presented with the Antorcha de Plata Award in the Via ± Adele March Music Festival for his duet single Me Gustas Tal Como Eres with Scottish singer Sheena Easton. In 1983, he co-starred in the film Ya Nunca Más and in 1985, Fibra de Amor with singer Lucero as his co-star. In 1986, Luis Miguel gave his career a brief break, as his relationship with his father was souring due to alleged mismanagement, poor financial decisions and risking his earnings of his career. Shortly after signing with Warner Records, in 1987, he fired his father and started to work with Juan Carlos Caldera Cubden. Luis Miguel's album Soy Como Quiero Ser in May 1987 sold well. The album featured covering hits such as Cuando Calienta el Sol, Ahora te puedes marchar, and Yo que no vivo sin ti. On November 25, 1988, Luis Miguel's second album Busca Una Mujer was released. The first single La Incondicional became a top 10 hit throughout Latin America in the first half of 1989, thanks in part to the music video. The video was shocking to many fans as he had cut his signature long hair. This cemented his transition from a child star into an adult superstar. By the end of 1989, the second single Fra Como El Viento reached #1 on the Hot Latin Tracks. He also had a top 10 single Separados in early 1990, peaking at #8. In 1990, he made a successful transition from a child singer to an adult showman with the album 20 or Plus or Minus Os and an ensuing string of sold-out shows first in Mexico then throughout Latin America and elsewhere in the world. 20 or Plus or Minus Os, which sold 600,000 copies in its first week of release, resulted in release of 3 singles Tengo Todo Excepto AT, Intra Copyright Gate, Amante del Alma, with the two former hitting #1 on Billboard's Hot Latin Tracks in 1990. International superstardom. In 1991, Luis Miguel's career went to even greater heights and earned him the respect of a wider audience with the release of Romance, an album of romantic boleros, most of them from the 1950s. He has been credited with reinventing the bolero for modern audiences. The album Romance, which became his most successful material ever, eventually sold 15 million units worldwide. In 1993, Luis Miguel's fifth studio album, Eres, was released, which won him that year's Grammy Award for Best Latin Pop Album. That same year, Luis Miguel was personally invited by Frank Sinatra to join him on his Duets 2 album and to perform live in a nationally televised special in honor of Sinatra's 80th birthday, along with other stars such as Stevie Wonder and Natalie Cole. In 1994, he released a sequel to Romance, Segundo Romance, featuring Luis Miguel as a convincing pop singer with mastery over timeless Latin classics such as Solamente una vez and Sin Ti. The album went on to earn a Grammy Award as well as reaching a platinum status in the United States. In 1996, Luis received a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Soon after, Luis Miguel quickly returned to the studios and released Nada es Igual, a pop album featuring Sui Plus or Minus A, the main theme for Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. In 1997, Luis Miguel released his third album of the Bolero series Romances, which earned him a World Music Award and another Grammy Award. In 1999, Luis Miguel released his ninth studio album Amates Union Placer, which, in 2000, earned him 2 Latin Grammys for being Best Album of the Year and Best Pop Album of the Year. The single Otra, O Ninguno of Amates Union Placer became #1 on the Billboard Hot Latin Tracks and perched at the top position for 8 consecutive weeks. Following the success of Amates Union Placer, Luis Miguel released Mis Romances in 2001, his fourth album in the Bolero series. The album, which sold over 2 million copies worldwide, was followed by the launch of Mis Romances Tour, which took place throughout the US, Europe, and Latin America. In 2003, Luis Miguel released his first pop album in over 4 years entitled 33, indicative of his age. The album, which featured a collection of ballads and up-tempo songs, climbed to #1 on Billboard's Latin charts, earning Luis Miguel 2 Billboard Awards as well as Grammy and Latin Grammy Award nominations. On the 33 tour, Luis Miguel filled the largest halls in the U.S., toured throughout Latin America, including Chile, where his album 33 sold 2.5 million copies. He also performed at Mexico's sold-out National Auditorium, and various sold-out shows at Buenos Aires, as well as other prestigious international venues such as Plaza de Toros de las Ventas in Spain. That same year, Prince Felipe of Spain presented him with a special award for being the best-selling foreign artist in his country's history, and hosted a special party in his honor in Madrid. In 2004, Luis Miguel released his Mexico en la Piel. The album, which was a collection of traditional Mexican mariachi songs, went on to sell 3 million copies worldwide. He launched his Mexico en la Piel tour in 2005. In 2006, Luis Miguel performed 30 sold-out shows between January 18 and February 27 at the National Auditorium in Mexico City. The 123-day tour started in September 2005 in Mexico, which then stretched to Argentina, Chile and Uruguay. In 2005, Luis Miguel released Granza Copyright Éxitos, his first greatest hits album, that featured his greatest songs he recorded during all his career, including 2 never-released singles, Misterios del Alma, and CTE Perdura. That same year, he released a Christmas album called Navidades. The playlist includes many Christmas standards in Spanish. The album reached #1 on Billboard's Top Latin Albums chart during the first week of its release. The album released 2 singles, Santa Claus Liga Cube de la Ciudad, and Mi Humilde Horacia Cube Den. On May 6, 2008, Luis Miguel released Car Cúmplices, produced by him and written by Spanish composer Manuel Alejandro. It sold almost 350,000 copies in the first 24 hours. The first single, Teatribs was released on April 7, 2008. The second single of the album was Te Dasheen. His Complices tour began in Seattle, Washington on September 3, 2008. Luis Miguel released his self-titled studio album on September 14, 2010. Its first single Labios de Miel is a smooth Latin pop song. His current world tour started on November 4, 2010 in the city of Lima, Peru and runs through the United States, South America, Mexico and Spain among other countries. On February 22, 2012, he sang at the Via Plus or Minus Del Mar International Song Festival. With $1 million for his performance, he became the most expensive artist in the history of the festival. Luis Miguel performed at the Curala Section O North Sea Jazz Festival on August 31, 2013. On August 2014, his latest single Da Copyright Ja Vu was leaked on the web. Personal life: Luis Miguel constantly refuses to speak to the media about his personal life and keeps the matter private. Although his parents lived in Mexico, Luis Miguel was born in the Santurce district of San Juan, Puerto Rico, while his father was performing a show. His father was the Spanish singer, songwriter and guitarist Luis Gallego Sanchez, known as Luisito Rey. His mother was an Italian actress, Marcela Basteri. His father was from Cadiz, a city in southwestern Spain, and his mother was from the province of Massa Carrara, Italy. He was named Luis Miguel in honor of Spanish bullfighter Luis Miguel Dominguez. Luis Miguel has two younger brothers, Alejandro and Sergio. He had a difficult relationship with his father, who was also his manager. His father was very strict and demanding during the incessant rehearsals, although, it has been credited the strict discipline of his father with playing a large role in his success. Due to his early fame, Luis Miguel had a difficult childhood. In 1986, his mother disappeared mysteriously and her whereabouts were unknown until November 2012, when Luis Miguel allegedly found her in a mental hospital. In the late 1980s, due to financial problems, Luis Miguel fired his father. After their detachment, his father fell into depression and died on December 9, 1992 in Spain. Luis Miguel is recognized for his taste for haute cuisine and for being a self-taught sommelier. Luis Miguel released his own vintage of wine, Ashinaco. Luis Miguel, a Cabernet Sauvignon. A native Spanish speaker, he also speaks fluent English, Italian and Portuguese. In 1997 he dated singer Mariah Carey. Luis Miguel is the father of three children: Michelle Slers, born on June 13, 1989, from his relationship with Stephanie Slers. Miguel, born on January 1, 2007 and Daniel, born on December 18, 2008, both from his relationship with actress Araceli Arambula. His numerous relationships are widely covered by the Latin media. Regarding his religious faith, he stated, "I am Catholic because I was born in a Catholic family. I believe in God, I visit church whenever I rarely have the chance due to my work commitments." In April 2010, he was briefly hospitalized at the Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. The cause of the hospitalization was not disclosed. Artistry and image: Luis Miguel rarely grants interviews or attends award ceremonies. He is always escorted by a diligent security team and he is transported in several trucks to distract paparazzi and reporters. Luis Miguel is known for being a hermetic and mysterious individual. He is quoted as saying, "I maintain my sanity by keeping my distance." Luis Miguel is considered as one of the top male pop singers worldwide today. In a career that has spanned over 25 years, he has become the main male singer from Latin America, having performed successfully pop music, bolero, mariachi and romantic ballads. In the late 1980s, Luis Miguel made the transition from child star to consolidated international singer, and since then, he became one of the most revered and popular Latin American artists ever. Also dubbed as a crooner, his wide vocal range and performance has been praised by critics and other artists all over the world. Frank Sinatra personally invited Luis Miguel to participate on a duet in the album Duets 2. Luis Miguel has been dubbed several times by the press and the media as the Latin Frank Sinatra. His music has reached to non-Spanish-speaking continents such as Asia and Africa. The press stated that at the time of his capture, the dictator Saddam Hussein had the album Segundo Romance among his belongings. Summary of distinctions At the age of 14, Luis Miguel received a Grammy Award for his duet Me Gustas Tal Como Eres with Sheena Easton. In 1991, the RIAA gave him a recognition for the high sales of the albums Romance and Segundo Romance. Luis Miguel is the only Latin artist to have 2 Spanish-language albums go platinum in the USA. He was the only Latin artist to perform at the show Sinatra, 80 Years My Way, along with other pop icons such as Bruce Springsteen, Natalie Cole and Bob Dylan. His album Romances of 1997, became the first Spanish-language album ever debuting at number 14 on the Billboard Top 200. Warner Music recognized Luis Miguel as the best-selling artist in the history of Chile with over 2.5 million records sold. In 2003, Prince Felipe of Spain presented him with a special award for being the best-selling foreign artist in his country's history. In 2008, Luis Miguel's album Navidades became the first Christmas album ever being nominated to the Grammy in the category of pop. His album Car Cubes broke records in Mexico, by selling over 320,000 copies in its first day of release. Just 3 days after its release, his new album achieved quadruple platinum certification in Mexico, platinum in Argentina and gold records in Chile and the United States. Luis Miguel is also known by his high-grossing tours in Chile, Uruguay, Venezuela, Brazil and Spain between 1999 and 2000. The tour consisted of 105 concerts and was attended by approximately 1.5 million fans. It was the highest-grossing tour ever made by a Latin artist, as well as the most extended. These 2 records have been broken by his Mexico en la Piel tour. His 33 tour peaked at number 1 in the Billboard World Top Box score. The Mexico en la Piel tour of 2005–2007, with a total of 124 concerts, peaked at number 1 in the Billboard World Top Box score. The tour spanned 2 years with a total of 124 concerts attended by over 1.5 million spectators, and grossed around $950 million. In 2006, during the Mexico en la Piel tour, after giving 30 consecutive sold-out concerts at the Auditorio Nacional in Mexico, gathering over 260,000 spectators, he was awarded with the Estela de Plata at the last concert. His Luis Miguel tour is ranked at number 5 of the highest-grossing tours of 2011 in North America. Awards and recognitions Discography 1982, Un Sol, 1982, Directo Alcariza Cubden, 1983, Ya Nunca Más, 1983, Decadette, 1984, Palabra de Honor, 1985, Fibra de Amor, 1987, Soy Como Quiero Ser, 1988, Busca una Mujer, 1990, 20 or Plus or Minus Os, 1991, Romance, 1993, Eres, 1994, Segundo Romance, 1996, Nada es Igual, 1997, Romances, 1999, Amates Union Plaza, 2001, Miss Romances, 2003, 33. 2004, Mexico en la Piel, 2006, Navidades, 2008, Car Cubes, 2010, Luis Miguel. Album certifications, Soy Como Quiero Ser, 5 platinum discs, 8 gold discs, Romance, 1 diamond disc, 70 platinum discs, 3 gold discs, Eres, 1 diamond disc, 40 platinum discs, 6 gold discs, Segundo Romance, 1 diamond disc, 50 platinum discs, 2 gold disc, El Concierto, 13 platinum discs, 3 gold disc, Nada es Igual, 30 platinum discs, 1 gold disc, Romances, 1 diamond disc, 50 platinum discs, Amates Union Plaza, 14 platinum discs, 4 gold discs, Miss Romances, 8 platinum discs, 3 gold discs, 33, 11 platinum discs, 2 gold discs, Copyright Zico en la Piel, 1 diamond disc, 11 platinum discs, 1 gold disc, Grandes Éxitos, 5 platinum discs, 3 gold discs, Grands Extos videos, 1 platinum discs, 1 gold disc, Navidades Luis Miguel, 1 diamond discs, 10 platinum discs, 2 gold disc. Car Cumpleaces, 1 diamond disc, 9 platinum discs, 1 gold disc, total career, 7 diamond discs, 327 platinum discs, 40 gold discs, total career counting singles, 107 million discs. Tours. 1982, Unsold Tour, 1983, Directo Alcarazán Tour, 1983-1984, Decadette Tour, 1984-1985, Palabra de Honor Tour, 1985-1986, Vibra de Amateur, 1987 a Euro 1988, Soy Como Quiero Ser Tour, 1989 a Euro 1990, Un Hombre Busca Una Mujer Tour, 1990 a Euro 1991, 20 or Plus or Minus Os Tour, 1991 a Euro 1992, Romance Tour, 1993 a Euro 1994, Aries Tour, 1994, Segundo Romance Tour, 1995, El Concierto Tour, 1996, America Tour, 1997 a Euro 1998, Romances Tour, 1999 a Euro 2000, Amartas Union Placer Tour, 2002, Miss Romances Tour, 2003 a Euro 2004, 33 Tour, 2005 a Euro 2007, Mexico en la Piel Tour, 2008 a Euro 2009, Car Cumpleaces Tour, 2010 a Euro 2013, Luis Miguel Tour, 2014 a Euro 2015, Deja Vu Tour. See also: List of Luis Miguel concert tours. Notes. References. External links, official site, official Facebook, Luis Miguel at AllMusic, Mundo Luis Miguel. http://www.lasans.com A Deja Vu Lo Novo de Luis Miguel.